West Coast in LA. First of our two reports. Angelenos joined the nationwide protest against racism and police violence. Our own correspondent Eva Basalyahe was at Mariachi Plaza yesterday and has this report. Take a look.
Say his name, George Floyd! George Floyd! Say his name! George Floyd!
Protests continue in Los Angeles, California, where demonstrators voiced their dissension stemming from alleged police misconduct.
I'm protesting the death of George Floyd and all the people who've been killed recently by the killer cops.
I think the injustice that's been going on within my black community as well as other minority communities in LA and just throughout the whole entire nation.
Specifically the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis due to police brutality, kneeling on his neck for 7 minutes when he stated that he could not breathe.
Well, not just George Floyd, that's the impetus, right? This has been systematic here in the United States for well over 400 years, how we treat people, black people in particular. George Floyd, his senseless, horrible death was the catalyst.
Me as a white person, I'm here to support these voices of color, to help raise them up and just be here, as an ally.
An estimated 300 people peaceably gathered at Mariachi Plaza in the Boyle Heights district, holding signs expressing what they hope to accomplish by this assembly.
That us family members experience every single day.
Letting our voice be heard by letting the powers that be know that this is not acceptable, that something needs to be done. This has been going on for hundreds of years, where minorities and poor people are trampled upon by the police, and there has to be an end to this. It can't keep going like this, and dishonoring what should be a good profession, people who protect the citizens.
To put work in, to put effort. It's not about being quiet and complacent anymore. We're growing so much as a country, and it's just seeing that there is another reality that exists where there's justice for all, and just believing that that is completely possible and having the hope to get there by putting the work in. And that means putting time and research and just moving.
Not having respect for another person. It just comes down to a human issue. Having people in positions that should not be in positions. A lot of hate and people not willing to step up and say something, especially those that have the voice to be able to say something to help. We have a long ways to go, but it doesn't end, and we can't stop.
We should not be fighting to exist. So I'm hoping to build awareness that everybody here, we're all humans. Why can't we just live our lives? So building awareness about the fact that I'm human, that I'm scared, I am worried about everybody in my family and families that I have never met. And if I can do something to build awareness, then I will do it.
It's very difficult. I mean, I go into stores and I get looks. If I have a backpack, it's even worse that way because they just have a thought that I'm gonna steal something. I have the cops called on me one time when I was in a neighborhood because they thought I looked suspicious, and the cops approached me and they apologized for whoever called the cops on me because I lived in that neighborhood, and it was just it happened when I was 16 years old. So even though I was still learning the whole process of what it's like to be black in America, it really did open my eyes more to how bad it is for us black people to even be in America. Many cops, they have a lot of power trips. I've been through the same situation as well with cop, just having more power over me. So it's not just the race thing, in my opinion. I feel like it's just the whole police department. Not everybody in the police department, but many cops is having, too much power in their hand and be able to control the situation whatever they feel.
Make sure that these law enforcement understand that they can only take...
Aside from allegations against law enforcement, protesters also expressed opinions on how to address issues of racism and how to uphold the fair and respectful treatment of every individual.
Racism happens every day, and I think more and more we just need to listen to voices of color.
Let's get uncomfortable. Let's understand why we're uncomfortable. Let's move forward.
Everyone could just understand that we're all human and we're all people, then I feel like it would be a different situation and things would be better.
As long as there's no justice, there won't be any peace. And that's just a fact of life.
Speak up, speak loud, and protect your family, your friends, and your community.
People are tired. They're hurt. They're crying out. It's not an act of rebellion. It's an act of frustration. And it's time that we start listening. We're all different. We all come from different backgrounds and respect. But at the end of the day, we're all humans. And we all deserve to be respected and to be treated with equal.
The death of George Floyd has sparked outrage across the nation, inciting riots, looting, and violence. But to the relief of the residents in this neighborhood, today's protests never escalated into hostility. In Los Angeles, California, Eva Basalyahe, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.